All right, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, call line Lahai Nawi Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Harakakadash. I'm going to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who want to teach well. And I'm going to give a hearty Shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, I'm going to do this quick lesson right quick on nuclear wars coming because it is. All right. It would not be coming. If it wasn't coming, there wouldn't be so much news about war between Russia and the United States, China and Russia, and nuclear war talks. Okay, so I'm gonna read a few scriptures, read this article, all right, and play a video in this article that's gonna demonstrate what it is that I'm gonna read here. All right, and Lord will you turn to the fear of the Lord. All right, turn to the Lord because of the fear of what He is bringing. All right, this is Joel 2:1. This is Joel 2:1. It says, "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain." Right, give a warning. That's what we're doing. Right, when we out there preaching and prophesying, and so on and so forth. It says, "Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. All right, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there have not been ever the like, neither shall there be any more after it, even to the years of many generations." All right, talking about these thermonuclear missiles. All right, and these thermonuclear missiles, as I'm going to show you in the video, is going to cause right here, plumes of black smoke, all right, up into the stratosphere, all right, which is going to cover the sun, all right, and it's going to cause colder degrees in certain parts of the world. All right, it's going to make it colder. All right, so let me read a little bit more. It says that fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. All right, imagine a missile coming out of a silo or the vehicle that is being shot out of, right? Whether it be sea or land. Okay, all right. As it goes up and comes back down into the atmosphere, there's going to be fire within the needle, all right, or the missile portion of that missile, the front portion, the warhead portion of that missile. Also, there's going to be warheads in there that's going to cause fire when they hit, and there's going to be flame that comes from the back of it where it gets its boost and is able to fly. I don't know what the back of it's called, right? But at the end of the arrow, you can see what at the end of a missile. Let me do this. Here we go. Excuse me. This is what I'm talking about right here. It's pushing it out of the submarine, or pushing it out of the silo from the back. Okay. Nonetheless, it says the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and wherever they're going to hit, right? You got, as it read in this article, Russia may attack Europe with nuclear missiles as well, because there's a NATO Article 5 treaty, all right, that certain lands must protect the United States, right? It says here, the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. And we're going to see in the article how these places are going to be a desolate wilderness. Yea, nothing shall escape them. All right, nothing is going to escape the missiles that the Lord has to set over to America first and foremost, and the places where the Lord wants them to hit. All right, so we're going to go ahead and read, and I'm going to play the video. It says here, as the video illustrates what you're going to watch, it does not matter much who starts the war. All right, we know the Lord is the starter of everything, right? It says, when one side launches missiles, the other side detects them and fires back before impact. ballistic missiles from U.S. submarines west of Norway start striking Russia about 10 minutes. After about 10 minutes, at Russia, Shalom, brother, Salakia Shalom, sister, right? So it says that Russia and Russia ones from north of Canada start hitting the U.S. a few minutes later, right? So within minutes, all right. It says the very first strike fries electronics and power grids by creating an electromagnetic pulse of tens of thousands of volts per meter. The next strikes target command and control centers and nuclear launch facilities. Land-based intercontinental ballistic missiles take about a half an hour to fly from launch to target. All right, so it's going to show here in the video. This video is very detailed, right? It says major cities are targeted both because they contain military facilities and to stymie, I guess that's how you say that word, stymie the enemy's post-war recovery. Each impact creates a fireball about as hot as the core of the sun, followed by a radioactive mushroom cloud. These intense explosions vaporize people nearby and cause fires and blindness further away. Right, so people are going to be getting hit, and there's going to be more than one missile that's going to strike a certain place. All right, so people are going to be getting hit up, real. It's going to be horrible, man. All right, and this video does a good illustration of what it looks like when a city gets hit. Right. It says the fireball expansion that then causes a blast wave that damages buildings, crushing nearby ones. The UK and France have nuclear capabilities and are obliged by NATO's Article 5 to defend the US. All right, so they're going to be helping out. Right, France and the UK, right? Unless the Lord, because it says in the scriptures in Jeremiah, they're going to turn against Babylon, right? So it says here, so Russia hits them too. Firestorms engulf many cities where storm-level winds fan the flames, igniting anything that can burn, melting glass and some metals, and turning asphalt into flammable, hot liquids. All right, let me get this right quick. This is something that only the Lord is going to have you escape. Because as we have read in the book of Joel, the 2nd chapter said, and none shall escape them, right? So this is 2 Peter 3:10. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up, right? As we're reading here, right? It says, where storm-level winds fan the flames, igniting anything that can burn, melting glass and some metals, and turning asphalt into flammable hot liquid. Let's see. Unfortunately, peer-reviewed research suggests that explosions, the electromagnetic pulsing, and radioactivity aren't the worst part. A nuclear winter is caused by the black carbon smoke from the nuclear storms. The Hiroshima atomic bomb caused such a firestorm, but today's hydrogen bombs are much more powerful. A large city like Moscow with almost 50 times more the people than Hiroshima can create much more smoke. And after a firestorm that sends plumes of black smoke into the stratosphere far above any rain clouds, I'm recording. It says that would otherwise wash out the smoke. This black smoke gets heated by sunlight, wafting it like a hot air balloon. So the black smoke, as it's being triggered by the sunlight, is lifting it up. All right, in the air for a decade. High altitude jet streams are so fast that it takes only a few days for the smoke to spread across much of the northern hemisphere. All right, I'm going to show you this article because in this video, I'm almost done. All right, this is the last paragraph right here. This makes the earth freezing cold even during the summer, with farmland in Kansas cooling about 20 degrees centigrade, about 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and other regions cooling almost twice as much. A recent scientific paper estimates that over 5 billion people could starve to death, including around 99% of the US, Europe, and Russia and China, because most black carbon smoke stays in the northern hemisphere when it is produced, and because the temperature drops harm agricultural more than high latitudes. All right, so it's these thermonuclear missiles. This war is gonna take a toll on the earth, man. But that's what it is that we need. So here's this little quick video. It's like 4 minutes long, and it's only gonna go over what I just read, but it's gonna repeat what I read. But just watch.
What would happen if there was a full-scale nuclear war between Russia and the United States? Based on non-classified data, the aftermath might go something like this. When one side launches nuclear missiles, the other side detects them and fires back before impact. U.S. submarine-launched ballistic missiles from west of Norway start striking Russia after about 10 minutes, and Russian ones from north of Canada start hitting the U.S. a few minutes later. The very first strikes are high-altitude EMP attacks, frying electronics and power grids by creating an electromagnetic pulse of tens of thousands of volts per meter. The next strikes target command and control, as well as nuclear launch facilities. Land-based intercontinental ballistic missiles take about half an hour to arrive. Major cities are targeted, both because they contain military facilities and to stymie the enemy's post-war recovery. Some cruise missiles take hours to reach their target. Each impact creates a fireball about as hot as the core of the sun, followed by a radioactive mushroom cloud. These intense explosions vaporize people nearby and cause fires and blindness further away.
All right, so I'm sure you can see it, but if you can't, Salaki, right? But so this is just showing what one missile is going to do. The Lord's going to have more than one missile hit these areas, right? These countries have more missiles than they proclaim to show throughout their military force to say, oh well, we got 100 here or 1,000 here. They got more than that. But just imagine this area is impacted by this, and then there's another missile that's right next to it, and one up here, and 10 up here, or 50 down here.
The fireball expansion then causes a blast wave that damages buildings, crushing nearby ones. The United Kingdom and France have nuclear capabilities and are obliged by NATO's Article 5 to defend the U.S. So Russia hits them too. Firestorms engulf many cities, where storm-level winds fan the flames, igniting anything that can burn, melting glass and some metals, and turning
Look at that. People gonna be out here walking in the streets. People gonna be out here walking in the streets or living in the streets, and just imagine, their body's gonna be melted into this pool of asphalt. That's gonna burn you even more. It's gonna be hot.
Metals and turning asphalt into flammable hot liquid. But the explosions, the electromagnetic pulse, and the radioactivity aren't the worst part. Nuclear winter is, caused by the black carbon smoke from the nuclear firestorms. The Hiroshima atomic bomb caused such a firestorm, but today's hydrogen bombs are much more powerful. A large city like Moscow, with almost 50 times more people, can create much more smoke. And a firestorm sends plumes of black smoke up into the stratosphere, far above any rain clouds that would otherwise wash out the smoke.
See, that's why I say the day of the Lord will be darkness and no light in it. Right? Joel said that right? This is another one. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Every time as we, read in, history, like in the books of Kings, when the Lord sent war upon Israel, the Lord used these other nations, all right, for, the southern kingdom, specifically at the end of their reign, the Babylonians, all right, he laid the land desolate. They sacked the temple, destroyed the people, left only a few there to keep the land, from overgrowing. But there's not going to be nobody to till the land of Babylon. It says in Isaiah that there's going to be wild beasts here. That's going to be in the land after. But the day of the Lord is going to be horrible, man. All right, especially for Babylon. Let me see what we got. Yeah, all right. So this is definitely not 1:14. It says the great day of Yahweh is near. It is near and hasteneth greatly. Even the voice of the day of Yahweh, the mighty men shall cry their bitterly. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, as the guy is explaining in his video from the the mushroom cloud.
Black smoke gets heated by sunlight, wafting it like a hot air balloon for up to a decade. High altitude jet streams are so fast that it takes only a few days for the smoke to spread across much of the northern hemisphere.
Turn on, cool.
In the meantime, Earth gets freezing cold, even during the summer, with farmland in Kansas cooling by about 20 degrees centigrade, or 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and other regions cooling almost twice as much. A recent scientific paper estimates that over 5 billion people could starve to death, including around 99% of those in the United States, Europe, Russia, and China. We obviously don't know how many people will survive a nuclear war.
So we
But if it's even remotely as bad as scientists think, then it has no winners, merely losers.
look at that.
It's easy to feel powerless, but the good news is that there is something you can do to help.
Yeah.
Please share this video.
But the only thing that we can do to help is they talking about share the video. We don't care about sharing the video in regards to preventing nuclear war. We want nuclear war to come so we can get out of Babylon, get out of this place, right? But I put the article that I got from Time magazine in the link so people can watch it and do what they need to do to prophesy against America and show what's going to be the outcome of the day of the Lord. But Lord Williams edifying the water for tuning in. Shalom.